Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. How we doing? Happy Friday. Hello. We're going to have some co-hosts joining us here in a second. Okay, let's go. Right. Happy Friday. Well, we'll see. We'll see if it's Friday. Let's get our co-hosts in here. Always a fun time when the Instagram. Some of us are pros. Here's a
Yeah, no,
pro.
I'm ready.
All right, we got
Where's
to get.
Scotty?
Dude, he's a boomer. He's technically challenged.
How are you doing?
I'm great, dude.
Good.
How are you?
Good. You guys want to see my basement hallway while we wait for Scott that they
Oh
fucked up?
yeah, yeah. Let's see this.
Now this is just a microcosm of so the banister's cooked. That's all got to get replaced.
Jesus.
Fucking crazy. It's all and it's like that the whole way up. It's insane. Fucking horseshit.
Did Katie see them do this, or was this just all like?
It she said it just happened so fast.
Yeah.
And they broke some of my exercise equipment, furniture. This looks good though. Dot HQ.
Dot
Oh yeah.
HQ.
There's you guys want to see these are all the mega boxes for Sunday. Get ready to learn mega box.
Oh boy. Wouldn't that shorten the stream?
Yeah, that's kind of the idea.
No, come on. We
Don't
need more.
don't let people know that.
We need more. I have invited this guy 17 times. Why is this so challenging always? He's probably like on the beach somewhere, and then
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. Yeah, no, but you're ready for mega boxes, Vincent.
can you dunk?
Hey, Dr. I actually can. I'm about 15, 20 pounds away.
Let's go. Dude, what is with this dude? I've accepted and it goes through and then doesn't let me in.
Hmm.
Hell's all this time. Turn your phone off and turn it back on. Start the PSA rant. He's going to reset. Okay. All right. So we're here. This was intended to be our Soccer Cards HQ BTL World Cup card preview, but due to breaking news yesterday, we have invited a special guest, PSA authorized dealer A. Dot. Many of you know him from his Dot Simons, but he's also a probably the biggest group submitter for soccer. I would say that's or up there
Um,
for sure.
I'm one of them. Someone pointed out the math. I submit about 6 to 7% of all soccer cards graded by PSA,
6, 7. Yeah, so
which is
that's
pretty
wild.
crazy.
So for
Yeah.
those of you who don't know and don't follow this closely, there was an announcement yesterday from PSA that they were temporarily pausing value bulk, value plus, value max, anything with value attached to it, temporarily paused. And so we wanted to bring in Alex to get his immediate reaction, and then HQ and I, we'll have some questions and want to talk about the fallout. So the floor is yours. You're the authorized dealer through PSA. Give me your
Yeah.
initial thoughts.
So there've been industry whispers here for a couple weeks. They grew really loud on Tuesday. Um, and everyone that was like had half a brain was like, "There's no way they ever do this," and then they fucking did. Um, if you look at the numbers, I said this on my video yesterday. 70% of whatever they grade is Pokemon
Hmm.
TCG, but we all know the majority of that is Pokemon. Um, and I would say that's probably the root cause of all this. They never stymied it. Even if you go back like 3, 4 months ago, Pokemon used to be cheaper to grade than sports. And it just kind of was a runaway train that I don't. It's obviously some level of mistake on PSA management's part. Um, they just didn't forecast correctly in terms of how much they've been able to expand because they do grade an alarming amount of cards more than they did even 6 months ago.
Oh yeah.
But it's just a runaway train that's off the tracks right now. I would estimate the 10 million card backlog. If everyone did what I just did, which is submit another 700 cards at the death, um, surely it adds another million. Um, so now
Surely. Yeah.
you're looking at 4.5, 5 months. Um, so basically, they said these are closed for 4 months. The thing that I am most scared of right now, after a day thinking about it, is if they just remove the value tiers altogether permanently. That's my
Oh,
greatest fear because
interesting.
that would crush sports way more than Pokemon. It would crush sports.
So just some
So
some some numbers here. In April, PSA graded over 2 million cards. 1.5 million was TCG, which is a 54% year over year
mm,
increase in TCG. So just obviously, I think everybody kind of knows that it's dictated by the Pokemon bubble. Um, what's the what's the fallout for you? Like, what are you thinking in terms of? Obviously, it changes the process for you as a group submitter, but what's
yeah.
the
So I mean, basically, my advice to anyone right now, um, just telling you what I'm personally doing is kind of holding on to cards I would normally have submitted at least for about a month just to see where the backlog is at. Because we're already basically at the point where it's probably too late to submit anywhere else, just based on their current timelines. If it says 30, they mean 60. If it says 50, they mean 100. I think that's pretty universal across all grading companies because they're just going to get killed by TCG. So I'm just going to sit tight, see what their backlog looks like. I think one important distinction from their prior shutdown is that in theory, their output of slabs is only going to continue to grow during this intake pause. The outtake is probably only going to continue to grow, and they'll probably cross the six-figure a day PSA slabs. I just don't. We want to talk about prices. I'd start there.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. There is this general sentiment that like PSA will return to the old days of like the PSA premium being like closer to 1.5x on a 9 and 3x on a 10. But I think to Alex's point, how can that may not be true in the short term because they're going to still continue to grade these cards that they have on hand, and there's tons of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. It'll eventually catch up, but I think you're probably a few months down the road. The thing that I thought was interesting is the wait time on value, bulk value was like 6 months anyways, right? Like right
Hmm.
before they shut down.
Hmm.
So if they pause for 4 months and fix the backlog and they can return to some level of normalcy, say it's 2 months, 60 to 90 days when they reopen, if that's true, you're no worse off. You know what I mean? Like,
No, no, not really.
I mean,
You're right. That's kind of why I'm sitting tight because if they manage to get it back to 4 or 5 months, then you genuinely only lost two. You'll If they get it back, you only lose 2 months. So
I think
I think we're going to see some overreactions. I also think there's going to be overreactions on price just because the market's so speculative, even when PSA's output's not changing. So I would be wary of that. I think it is going to become a seller's market here the next couple months. Um, but we'll see. This hobby is impossible to predict. I mean, that's the reality. Um, from PSA's perspective, they have to do something in this interim shutdown. That's I'm also like my greatest fear is value just being removed entirely, but they have to do something about TCG. I don't know what the answer is, but
yeah,
that's
yeah.
probably I mean that's what PSA management has to address.
I mean, I thought for a while, and I don't know how, I mean, they probably don't have a ton of incentive to do this from a business perspective, but if you just segregated, like as you look at the gem rate, the way that they report the data, like if
Hmm.
we just had separate categories rather than all these like 19 different value categories, if you just had TCG, soccer, wrestling, hockey, basket, each vertical gets its own, each niche gets its own category, then they can dynamically price based on demand. So if there's a ton of TCG demand, they could jack up the price and that would throttle down the demand on that sector. I don't know that they do that because the TCG is driving their revenue growth. Like, I mean,
Yeah. I mean, if they made it again from even from a business perspective, you decrease supply by increasing the price. I just don't know why, if they're having supply issues, why they don't just increase the price. That's where I get so confused. It's like it's just basic economic principle.
yeah, I think they tried that and that no sub,
But $2.
yeah, no PSA sub April that Boston Card Hunter tried to do completely backfired.
Yeah, I don't know. So I mean, I if you guys have any questions, I would love to answer them, but I don't think I have a ton of additional. That's kind of where my head's at right now.
I mean, I think the question about why not take this time to hire and train up, I was talking to somebody at work about this today. I mean, I think a big problem that PSA has, and not to pick on Scott, but like their location to me is the absolute worst location that you would want for like a big warehouse type
Hmm.
company.
Hmm.
Like they need to be building PSA grading centers like
In Wichita.
like OpenAI is building data mining facilities, right? Like dump these idiots in Des Moines like or like a major, intersection point in the country where labor is cheap and you can hire somebody for $20 an hour, which you can't do in LA,
Right. Yep.
you know,
That's a good point.
and because they're not making a living wage at that
Mhm.
what they say they pay those PSA guys at, but you move those people to Iowa or North Dakota and that's kind of lower middle class. That's not a terrible job in that locale. I don't know. I think they're
I,
located in the wrong place. And then New York City just as bad,
yeah.
like no better off.
I mean, I think everyone would agree, regardless of their point of view on PSA, is that management clearly just screwed the pooch here. I mean, this is crazy.
Were they
So
predicting a crash that didn't happen? Were they like scared to ramp up?
interesting.
That's kind of what I think.
Yeah, but to what
What,
end? Like to
what,
what would be the
yeah, my question would be what data would indicate that there's any level of crash occurring at any, like, anywhere?
I mean, they clearly it's not that hard to spin up a warehouse in Des Moines and have people look at cards and flip a coin to determine the grade. Let's be real here. Like this is not technical.
they're trained.
Like
I
yeah,
don't think it's quite flip. I think it's somewhere between people think it's super complicated and flipping a coin. Um, like when I do my reviews, I pretty much think any card could receive one of two grades. I mean, that's just a fact.
yeah,
I
exactly.
think most people would agree with that. And you do only have to look at it for like 45 seconds. So,
They're looking
yeah,
at it for 15 seconds
yeah, no,
supposedly.
you're not wrong. Um, so yeah, no,
There's
I don't
tons
know.
of warehouses sitting empty in this country.
Oh
I
yeah.
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 Like this it's a management failure through and through. There's no other way to put it. Like so, there's AI now that supposedly, they use to handle this and they just blew it. They blew it. It is what it is. Let's talk about the World Cup. Unless you guys have something else to say.
Well,
No,
no,
They
I mean,
suck.
I
you're
want, I
you're
kind of want,
clear.
I kind of want, Alex. is on kind of both ends of the spectrum here, where he's doing the grading and then doing probably more individual card sales than anybody, um,
Yeah,
through Dot Simons.
I just sold 400 slabs today.
So I wonder what you think about the, because obviously one of the things that happens is like if I join a break, and I know you don't really break, but like if I join a break and get my cards, one of the keys to me in my
Mhm.
ecosystem is like if I get some good cards, I can grade them, and then that provides me the
Mhm.
liquidity to kind of keep doing what I'm doing. And so I wonder if, what do you think about the effects of that? And then do you think you'll see an influx of people just sending you raw cards to sell that they would otherwise normally grade, just to kind of provide that liquidity to keep them going?
I have several thoughts. I do think raw singles that would have otherwise been graded. So you're talking like your really gradable sets, like most years of Select and Sapphire, this year's EPO Chrome. I do expect those to rise a little bit as people speculate that those cards could have been graded but were sold because they weren't. Especially, we'll just be honest here. That's what I'm gonna do. But then a lot of the stuff, yeah, like I'm not going to be buying $15 Messi cards right now, so you could see, demand kind of dip on those. I think it's gonna. I think it's kind of like a sit tight here for the next 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah, no, there's definitely a lot of cards that are going to go to Beckett, but Beckett's timeline is going to triple in about three
Yeah.
weeks.
I mean, Beckett wasn't good in a
Yeah,
normal
it just doesn't.
situation. So,
In
yeah.
my personal opinion, that is a mistake. Um, but I could
Yeah,
be
but
wrong. But it's all
well,
opinions.
I look, I don't follow it closely, but don't the TTG guys like respect tag and BGS more
No,
than
no, no, no.
No.
CGC, but CGC grades too easily.
It's all moved
PSA
to
brain
PSA. It's
PSA
all
has
moved to
everyone
PSA.
brainwashed.
Yeah, it's all moved to
Everyone is,
PSA.
yeah, it is.
I
No,
know that they
tag's
grade it, but
dead.
I thought from a value wise, like it wasn't
No,
like it was in sports.
no.
No.
It's PSA premium. It's worse in TCG now. And tag is dead. They grade like 3 cards a day.
I think in the
It's
in
not
the
even.
the black label, which is much easier to get on a TCG card just because they gem at a
Mhm.
higher rate,
That's the
is
thing.
still a thing that carries a premium. But that, I mean, you have that in sports too. From what because I work with a couple Pokemon guys, like talk to Pokemon people, because the multiplier was so out of whack, right? Like the TCG Pokemon PSA 10 multiplier to a raw is way
It's,
higher than it is in modern ultra
it's
modern sports.
Again, I don't blame them for grading a bazillion cards. Their multiplier on some cards, I'm not joking. There's a card on Fanatics, I think that just sold for like 30K. You can buy a raw one for like 125 bucks. And that's not a joke. Now the gym rate is really low, but that's an extreme scenario. But you see 10x, 15x, 20x, 25x all the time. I mean, over and over and over again. And it's in the sports space, it's hard to push for 2.5 to 3.
Yeah, yeah,
And
and maybe
Unless
that's,
it's
that's the root of
unless
the
it's
problem.
the Yamal 108 bis. It's
well,
like a
yeah, but
Charizard. It's
yeah,
like a
yeah,
Charizard.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
It's not
Um,
dissimilar in that respect.
Somebody asked, why is Tag dead? So Tag graded 3,000 sports cards in the month of
It just don't grade
April.
cards.
That's the amount of cards that PSA grades in 45 minutes.
Yeah,
Like,
they're not dead because their slabs are also hard to move, but they don't grade cards.
they're not a player. I mean, you may
No,
like their stuff, but they're
they
not
don't grade cards.
competing. They're not at the same level, not even close. I mean, SGC graded 15 times more sports cards in the month of April. We're at a different place. We were all in the hobby when PSA was shut down during the pandemic. SGC, it became a reliable alternative because they could grade stuff so quickly.
Hmm.
That we're in a totally different spot now. They've
That's
since been
dead.
acquired by PSA, so that's not an
Hmm.
option. Their turnaround times are also terrible. So yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting dynamic, especially with the World Cup. I mean, you weren't going to grade cards and get them back in time for the World Cup
No,
at this
God, no.
point, anyways.
In order to get cards back for the World Cup, you're talking walkthrough. I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
because that's
yeah.
in 3 weeks.
So it'd be like super high end stuff,
Yeah,
anyways. That's coming
yeah,
back.
that's.
So it may not have an immediate impact on the World Cup, but
Correct.
certainly as we move towards the National and SoCo Expo and kind of get back into the season starting up again, I think you start to see some of this pressure because if guys can't get the cards graded and get the multiplier and cash out, then they can't pump that liquidity back into the joining the breaks or buying a repack or buying wax or whatever they do. And if every single card that's a mid-end card doesn't go to PSA, but they all get sold at auction or sold on
Hmm.
consignment, you're going to
Yep.
see you're going to see downward pressure on those
100%.
prices.
I think I agree with singles 100%. There that will go down. To what extent? Impossible to say. I also think there's going to be some pressure on breaks because it affects liquidity.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, that's fundamental to this hobby is how liquid you can be. And if you can't slack, it's just the fact of the matter is, and I do this on my consignment pricing, it's simply harder to sell raw cards than it is slabs.
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah. Yeah, and the
that's the way it is.
price of wax has been so high, you need that PSA 10
Hmm.
multiplier to justify joining the breaks. And if you don't get that, you're just, yeah, you could be dead in the water. So
Hmm.
I am kind of, especially as someone who runs breaks from time to time, like a little skeptical about how this is all going to go. I do think you'll see, like for your business, an uptick on that consignment side because people will want to get this stuff sold as quickly as possible, I would think, unless they're going to sit and wait.
If PSA offered a tag like service, is that a value add? What's tag like service? Not grading your cards?
Like the AI report, I don't know. I mean, I think what they should do is all the TCG, especially because Pokemon cards are the backs are all the same. Like that should just be AI
Yeah,
graded, the whole thing.
Pokemon cards either have white corners and they're centered or they're not.
Yeah.
I've reviewed my fair share. That's basically all you're looking for. So yeah. All
Yeah.
right.
So
Well,
PSA,
I'll get off my soapbox.
stand tight. You'll be fine. Find another
You
avenue.
just here you go. Here you two breakers go. This is what you need to do. Implement the PWCC appeal. So
Ooh.
like when somebody does a break with you, A dot, right? And they want to sell the card, then when you do the dot assignment, you say this is a 910
Dot diamond.
pay
Dot diamond.
Diamond.
I'll make you a little sticker you can put
No,
on the one
honestly,
touch.
and then like if you have the authority of with your audience, which I feel you do,
I
then you
wouldn't.
just say
You don't have time. I
you're
just.
about to have a lot of time. You're about to get 30,000 less PSA submissions.
I only do. I only do about. I do like 1,500 a month, which again is like 6% of PSA soccer, but it's
Six
not.
grand. I mean,
Yeah,
that's 6,000 over 4 months. I mean, my prediction is that they will beat their own estimate in terms
I
of the
think so
time,
too.
so they give
I
themselves a
I think
pat
so
on
too.
the
Hmm.
back end. Yeah.
That's so predictable for them to take 2.5 months to be like, wow, look at us go.
Could another grading Katie, not Katie asked, what would it take for another grading company to pop up during this and gain enough respect to actually become an
Zero
alternative people
percent.
are open to? There's just not
Zero.
enough time I mean,
Not possible.
if Fanatics had something like ready to go that was just like a very well kept secret that they were just like ready to drop immediately, that it would take that.
The scale again, the scale of PSA is again, they didn't scale fast enough or smart enough, but it is ridiculous. They grading 100,000 cards a day is fucking crazy. You'd have to be able to replicate that, and that like you can't do that in 4 months.
Yeah, and
It's not possible.
they
They
graded
they,
to
they
be
can't do
clear.
it yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
They can't do it because everybody has PSA slabs, so people
Yep.
pretend like PSA 10s are good cards. They're not. They're the same as a freaking BGS 9.5. They're the same as whatever tag, they're the same. But people are paying for the slab. That's why nobody else can come up in here and do it
Yep.
because they have I don't know, whatever, the 100 million head start on slabs in people's collections, and
Correct.
nobody actually thinks that like their cards are better. They just have to protect. They have the price protected, and then
Hmm.
that's why nobody else is coming.
Well, and to
It
be clear, it's because most people are grading cards to get the most value they can out of it if and when they
liquidity.
sell. right?
Yeah, they don't care what
No
their
one
car
cares.
is.
Very few people care the actual condition.
It's
Correct.
just like anything else, though. It's why like you can parallel any market. It's why the U.S. dollar, I guess, for a long time was more reliable than like the whatever the currency of Zimbabwe, just because it's more liquid. Or why Bitcoin is worth more than Dogecoin because it's more recognizable and liquid. I mean, that's the answer.
Well, and then
Um,
CNA, you said that's the value proposition for tag, but then that proves that we're right because they're
Yeah.
not getting, no one's submitting to them. So we're like, yes, we're right. Nobody really, not very few people care about that. It's not something that's in demand.
I've always
Nobody
said
wants that.
nobody wants to know the condition of their card. They want a
mhm.
PSA 10.
That's
And
right.
they really, really want a PSA 9. That was something that should be a PSA 9 to get a PSA 10.
Yeah.
That's what they're really, really hoping for.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
And we're not
yeah.
saying that's good. We are just saying that is the way it
No,
is.
that's the
Like,
reality. My
I used
issue
to
with
submit, I prefer SGC. Like I would submit SGC all the time because I came into the hobby, back into the hobby at the time where PSA you couldn't submit.
uh,
So if that was a viable alternative for me, I would send everything to SGC. I just prefer the look and the feel of that slab. I know I'm in the minority, but it's
No,
just
I like SGC as well. I mean, to me, tag's the best, but like obviously, it's the best slab. It's obviously the best technology, and the cards aren't worth anything.
yeah.
It is what it is.
And Beckett's
Uh,
good too. I mean, like people like Beckett. It's kind of
no, the
the
new slabs were in Dallas,
oh, you didn't like him?
nailed it. No, they're great.
Oh, they're great. Yeah.
They're
No,
great. New slabs are great.
I mean, I think if Beckett can ramp up and some more business shifts back there, but that's just PSA by another name. Like you're not,
It is
you know what I
PSA
mean?
record.
Like,
Mhm.
but it doesn't. My point is, okay, let's just say that they did get value. They're going to be shut down in a day and a half anyway, because
oh yeah,
Sure.
they'll be
That's
maxed
that's
out.
every
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's too late. If you would have had to known this was coming 2 weeks ago, which some people did.
Many people
That's the
said,
only then you
many
could have
people
taken
said
advantage of
that.
it. You can't now.
Many people said that on Discord and were shot down. That's okay. It's fine.
yeah.
It's fine.
All right. We had our number one fan said, "Stop beating the PSA dead horse." I'm just yeah. So no, and DMs.
Oh god damn it. If it doesn't come,
I
if it doesn't come in the live chat,
Yeah,
I'm not
tell him to
privy
say
to
it to my
Carl.
face because this is all I'm going to be talking about tomorrow and Sunday too.
Yes, for more information on all things
Yeah, you
PSA,
guys
make
can
sure
come into
to.
the stream, ask me as many questions as you want. I'll be live for 15 hours this weekend. Enjoy
All
the
right,
World Cup preview.
Dot Diamond, man. I think we could do something with that. All right, good luck. We'll
I'll
talk to
see
you.
you guys
Thanks for
later.
Who's
jumping in.
winning the World Cup?
Oh, there you go. Get them there.
France. I think Spain's too injured now. I'd take France would be my bet at this current moment.
All right.
Okay,
Thanks, brother.
there it is.
Uh-huh.
And there he goes. All right. We are now to the moment you've all been waiting for, the long awaited Mr. I Don't Do Previews World Cup preview with BTL and Soccer Cards HQ.
I don't see any comments, by the way. They stopped like a long
Really?
time ago.
I'll
So
read I'll
yeah,
read if there's questions or
yeah.
anything.
If there's something there, you're gonna have to read it.
All right. So the way we decided to do this is we're absolutely not going to go team by team, right? So we
Shout out the lads.
shout out the lads, shout out Soccer Cards United podcast, the best soccer card podcast in the world. Um, this is the best Instagram live on a Friday World Cup soccer card preview. I'm just going to
Yeah.
say that now. Yeah. We're going to go group by group and maybe just pick out one, two, three players that we like whose cards will move. So kind of separate and apart from, I don't think anybody really cares what our predictions are and what will happen in the tournament round by round, but like where is there possibility that you'll see some movement
Right.
among cards, right? And
This
you
is
want to,
not our prediction of this is not go buy cards.
that's
This
right.
is if things break correctly, these players will probably have a run. But some of these guys aren't even might not even see the field. So this is
That's right.
not investment advice.
That's right.
Don't I did famously call Gonzalo Ramos the last time. Don't worry, no big deal. But you know,
Here we go.
that's that.
Where's my Curacao preview coming soon? Okay. So Group A has
What
Mexico.
the hell? Did
What?
my thing go away?
You're still here.
Dude, I can't see shit. All right. Keep going.
Group A, Mexico, South Africa, South Korea, Czechia. This was tough. Group A and B was
It's a
tough for me.
terrible group.
Yeah.
It's a terrible hobby group.
Yeah, not a lot kicking in this group. I had
It,
maybe the kid from Mexico, Mora.
yeah,
He's a rookie in this year's Donruss, and then Heung-Min Son could go on. Cards could get a run if Korea does anything, but outside of
that's
that,
exactly what I had. I
perfect.
said Moore probably won't play, but if he does something, people are going to get excited.
Yeah.
So yeah, that group sucks. That's a
Oh,
terrible hobby group.
bad hobby group. Group for me, out of the frying pan into the fire here. Group B, not much better. Canada,
No.
Bosnia, Qatar, and the Swiss.
Uh, yeah, I mean Canada, you hope they go crazy and Alfonso Davies or something. There's two other guys because Switzerland, I think it could win the group. This Johan Manzambi kid
Yeah.
from Freiburg has some rookies, but like who knows? And then Kareem Alabagovic, he has
Ooh.
like tops now and living series only right now.
Oh my
He
God.
plays for Bosnia, 18-year-old kid for Salzburg or whatever.
Shout
So
out
he
to
might,
Bosnia. Yeah.
yeah, so he might show up, later. But yeah, not a lot.
I had nothing for B. Shout out to Tajon Buchanan, Syracuse University graduate on Team
Yeah,
Canada. Um, all right, now we get spicy. Group C: Brazil, Morocco, Haiti, and Scotland.
yeah.
Uh,
So I've pegged Brazil. I've looked at everything. I've pegged Brazil to have the most favorable, meaningless third group game, where some like I don't know if I doubt Endrick starts, but Endrick might have that like moment
mhm.
or ran, but he doesn't have cards yet. Where it's this meaningless game against this terrible team, and he could you know go crazy. If he does, you probably should just sell immediately. And I don't give financial advice, but he gets to play Haiti. He could drop, if he drops a hat trick on Haiti, that's probably as good as it's going to get for a while.
Yeah, I mean Hendrick's cards have gone up. He's on a little bit of a run. Had a good loan spell. Um, Tough to say how much playing time he'll get because he didn't get any playing time under um, because he was there when Ancelotti coached Real Madrid. He wasn't playing then, so
Yeah, like I said, I'm not saying he, but I think it's going to be a rest situation, and like I think they're going to have the group, basically one. It's a pretty easy group,
yeah,
or it should, I think it is.
should be.
Um, and yeah, so
Yeah, it's Brazil's hobby darlings. They've got a lot of possibilities up front, particularly. Vinny Jr. has been terrible from a hobby card perspective. Not the
yeah.
most likable guy, but Ancelotti returns as the Vinny Whisperer, so maybe he gets a little bit of a run. Although I don't know if that'll mean anything for him in the hobby.
I don't know
Um,
what he has to do, basically. I mean, when Golden Boot in Brazil wins, and then people are like, "Oh, well, we have to pay attention now." I
he's
have no clue.
undeniable. Yeah, I think it's got to be a run like that. Certainly, you put Don Carlo in the knockout round, and anything can happen. That's kind of been his forte. So it's an exciting group though. Morocco, famous
I
run in
mean, I think
2022.
Morocco could go on another run. I
Yeah,
just kind of like I mean, but it's more like, I mean, Hakimi is like one of my favorite players in the whole world. Nobody's ever going to care. I think he's one of the best players in the world. Um, Abby Ezi, his actually was like decent for Betis this year, but he's 24. Like, is anybody going to care? I guess,
yeah.
Taubi,
They've
so
got some guys. Scotland's got some guys
they
too.
got
You
it.
could get a Scotty Too Hottie McTominay run here. You never know.
Yeah, I mean, it's I did it like a little predictor bracket or whatever, just to kind of see how it would like all play out. And like Morocco, assuming Morocco gets second, they get to play Netherlands in the
Yeah,
round of 32, and then I just did it based on like odds, and then they would play like the winner of like Canada Czech Republic, which yeah, I mean whoever wins that game. I mean I don't think either one of those teams is is
Yeah.
any good.
Yeah,
Um,
projecting the knockout rounds requires some level of craziness
yeah.
now. It's not as clean as it used to be with the
I mean,
third place teams.
there is a really good like bracket predictor thing I found. They make you pick the eight best third place teams or whatever, and then they run it out. But yeah, so
Yeah, the winner of Group C will play second place in Group F, and then vice versa, right? So the runner-up
yeah,
in
it's like
Group
Japan.
C plays F. Japan, Sweden, Netherlands. Yeah.
Yeah, it would
Um,
be like a Japan or maybe Sweden. Interesting, like if Norway were to get second, and then they'd have to probably play Ecuador. But like a Norway Brazil game would could be very good for the hobby, no matter what happens.
sure, sure.
There'd be a lot of eyes on it,
And that's the
if
thing.
that
There's so
happened.
many, because now the field expands to 48 teams, you're going to have a lot of kind of like hobby meaningless games in the early run. But I think, you know, most predictions, once you start to look at the round of 16 on, a lot of most of these games are going to have significant hobby significance, once you get to
Yeah,
the business end. But we got a week or two here of just kind of some games are great. There's some great group games, but there's a lot of absolute grenades. Um, Group D, USA, Paraguay, Australia, the Socceroos, and Turkey.
I mean Turkey's like a low key like great hobby team,
Great hobby team. Great hobby
you
prospect
know.
team. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, great, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So I actually
Take your
think
pick.
Turkey.
Take your
I
pick.
think
You got three guys probably at Turkey you could pick from easily.
I agree. I would probably go Yildiz and then Guler, and then I'm assuming you meant Uzun for the last one.
Yeah, I thought Ozun has the most upside just because he was hot when he came out last year in Bundesliga, kind of cooled off, his cards cooled
Yeah,
off. And Guler has had an uptick here recently, and Yildiz also started real hot, and Juve just didn't have the best season. So, um, yeah, I like all three of those guys, and then it's kind of do or die time here for USA. I mean,
yeah.
I, I'm looking at Gio Reyna card prices right now, and they are like you can get a gold Gio Reyna auto rookie for like PSA 9 for like $14. Like it is obscene.
Yeah. I mean, look, I don't. I'm as big a Geo guy as there is. I think it's like, oh, you just got like a free option. Like, I don't
Yeah.
think I. I mean, there's talk like he's in playing defensive midfield
Yeah. Crazy.
because we forgot to bring actual good
Yeah.
defensive midfielders for
Yeah.
some reason. The whole MLS quota thing got in the way, I guess. So obviously Gio is not going to shine in a defensive midfield role. I mean, that would be ludicrous to put him there. But I guess like if you're down late, you're just like Gio can make stuff happen. I don't care what anybody says about him. Like he can come
Yeah.
on the field and he can do something special. But yeah, I mean, it's hard for me to see anything but like Pulisic or Balogun like being the great. I mean, maybe Weston goes crazy.
Maybe.
I
Doubtful.
got like yeah. I don't know. Like I just
We have two people in the comments that said that think USA is not making it out of the group stage. And I don't know if they realize that most of the third place teams are going to make it out of the group stage. So, like,
yeah.
to say that with any seriousness, you're believing that they come in last in the group, which then I just can't take you seriously. Like, if you want to be a
Yeah.
hater, that's fine, but like, that's a
Like
little aggressive.
I mean, they're the look, odds don't mean anything, and it's very close with them in Turkey. Like if you made me bet right now, I'd bet Turkey to win that group. But not making it would be implosion. Like and yeah, like
Yeah,
I just don't see that.
yeah, I don't see that either. I don't think that's a realistic take. I mean, if they come in second, they got to play the second place team in Group G, which will probably be Egypt. Um, could be Iran, which would be a lot of fun. Um,
No, they would play.
yeah,
I have it as
two
is it
D
two?
plays two G.
Oh, if they come in second, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
if they come in second. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, if they win that group though, it starts getting like. I mean, they get to play Belgium,
in
and
the
I
in
mean,
the round of 16. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. After
yeah,
they
yeah,
play like somebody like Bosnia or whatever, and then like, I
yeah.
mean,
But then they're running into Spain in the quarterfinals potentially. Then I
well,
think,
yeah,
right? Yeah,
yeah. But
yeah.
if you want any round of 16 game, it's. I mean, look, I hope Belgium somehow wins it. Like that would be the greatest thing ever. Like the golden generation that got
It's
like where
back.
they're
Yeah,
on their walkers or
yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
and then they finally figured it out and like because Jeremy Doku like ran around everybody, like I'd like nothing more. But like it's hard. I mean, if you're gonna get like a reasonable round of 16 game, it's probably gonna be you want it to be like Belgium.
Oh yeah. If they, I mean, I think Pochettino said the goal is the quarterfinals, which seems reasonable to me given the team. The thing that kills me about this USA team, the thing that bothers me the most is that it is essentially the same roster that we had in 2022. So it's like, are we not able to like are we not growing any new? You've had Kevin Sullivan in the card side of it, kind of blow up. Like, are we not in a position where we could bring in one or two kids that are going to be meaningful? You know what I mean? Like, just seems like the
Yeah.
development has lagged here in this past 4 years. We've done nothing, no progress.
I think because of the MLS quota and like just pumping these MLS players that clearly stink, but they're like the ones that like they give the benefit of the doubt to. Um, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, I was kind of thinking about that. Like, who's really gotten a lot better since then? I guess you could say Robinson's
Jedi, he's
gotten
been hurt.
jet.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean he gets hurt, and then like Chris Richards, I guess, like is kind of
he's gotten better. Yeah, yeah.
more established himself. But yeah, and Tillman, I guess. But
Tillman's gotten a
outside
lot
of that,
better. Yeah,
yeah, outside
but
of
those are
that, like
defenders you'd expect. Like, and then our biggest vulnerability potentially is the goalie, which is the position that we've forever been great at. Like, it's kind of frustrating. Um, I'm not a big USA fan. Like, I'm not a part of the American Outlaws or anything, but like, yeah, I want to root for the team and have them do well, especially with Italy not being in. Like, I got nothing else going on here. The Diego
hopefully
Diego,
U.S. Put an
yeah,
end on it. But I hopefully U.S. does get to play Spain. By some whatever. I don't think it's a miracle, but it's definitely not probable. But if that happens, and you're holding Lamine Yamal cards, that's like what you're dying for. You're dying
to see
for
the
Spain.
American eyes, yeah, on
Yeah,
Spain,
like
yeah, yeah,
Spain to have like because Spain US like if you're holding Lamine Yamal cards, you should be. I don't care where in the world you sit, you should be rooting for a US Spain uh round of a quarterfinal game. Like that's even if you hate America, if you care about your card values, that's what you're.
yeah. That would be the prime time matchup for sure. Last thing, no Diego Luna. I know there's a lot of Diego Luna truthers out there. Maybe he should have made it. Maybe he should have made it. But they did use him in every goddamn promotional video and thing for the jerseys and everything. That's kind of savage not to have him in the team. But
Yeah,
what are you gonna do?
yeah, it is what it is. What it is. I mean, that to me that just falls on the MLS bullcrap
Quota.
more than
Yeah.
it does than it had. Like anyway, all right, Group E.
Group E is chock full of hobby potential. Germany, Curacao, big BTL World Cup card index favorites. Ivory Coast and Ecuador. Where do you want to start?
I mean Germany. So like Ecuador is a really good team, but it's like Enner Valencia is going to bang in all the goals.
Yeah.
He's like
40
173
years
years
old.
old,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
and so it's like Caicedo. I mean, maybe Kendry Paez can remember how to play soccer,
Is he going
and
to
like,
play? Does he play for?
I,
I got to ask my Ecuador Connect. Yeah.
I mean, that's about it. But I mean, it's all Germany. It's Germany or nothing as far as I'm concerned, and Leonard Carl. Like you just have to take the chance. Although he's gone a bit crazy. Like you should have taken that chance
Yeah.
a month ago or whatever.
I mean,
Um,
I think there's
and
still probably time.
Musiala. I mean, you could probably
Yeah.
buy Musiala here
Yeah.
and be roughly fine.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm going to throw a name at you, not from Germany.
okay.
Jan Diamande for the Ivory Coast.
Yeah, Yeah, sure,
Bundesliga rookie. Sure. Sure.
sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
Bundes yeah, I
he's
mean,
already expensive in
he's
my
already
opinion.
expensive. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, but to be honest, I don't know that we're gonna today unearth any hidden gems. Like most of these guys outside of the depressed Geo Reyna market, most of these guys are already expensive that we're mentioning.
Yeah. Well,
The
Mon
that's all I had.
Zombie,
That's all I
Johan
had.
Mon Zombie
Could be a
for the win.
big mon zombie guy. Group F: Sweden, Netherlands, Japan, Tunisia.
Low key terrible hobby group that
Yeah,
looks like it should be better based on the teams that are in there. And it's only because the teams that are good, everybody's so old now, but you kind of don't even realize they're old until you look at their ages.
like Netherlands. Are you
Um,
talking about Netherlands?
well, like Netherlands, Jokeres. Jokeres is about to file for Social Security, but
Oh boy, here we go.
everybody thinks he's like young because he just got rookies like, to whatever last year. Um, but I mean, I still think, yeah, like Wout Weghorst and Memphis Depay are going to be banging in the goals.
Yeah,
Malin's been good, but Malin's already gone crazy. He's 27 years old.
27.
You know,
Yeah,
like
Xavi
I think
Simon's already
it,
past
he's
his hobby prime. Yeah.
well, he's not even going. He's hurt.
Oh, is he dead? Is he not?
Yeah, he's dead. He's dead.
Oh, he died. Okay.
He died.
Yeah.
Cody Gakpo, sure. Like I think
27.
if you
He's
go there,
27. Yeah.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
27 years old, but I guess
Yeah.
that's where you go if you have to go for Netherlands. And then like I said, like I think you can buy Alcaraz cards just because like they were just gifted a EPL title, so he's there and he's got that going
Rude.
for him. Um, and
Rude.
people aren't going to realize, like they're not going to be like, oh, he's 28 years old. They're going to be like, oh, he just won EPL. He's got rookie cards that are very recent. Let's go crazy. Let's go wild.
Yeah,
So,
he doesn't turn 28 for another 6 days. Okay, so let's just
um, so
calm down with that. What about Isak?
I mean, God, that's just a. I think I have like a decent ESOC around here, so I hope you're right. But like,
Brian Brobby. Sunderland
dude,
stand up.
that's my guy right there.
That's your dog? Yeah.
That's my dog right there. But let's be real. Yeah, it just I just don't see it. Like I said, somebody probably is gonna like one of these guys is gonna have like a 25 to 50% like run, but then you just sell them immediately because then like it'll be like what was that for?
Yeah, I mean, I think what we saw in 2022 was that you did get those Gonzalo Ramos type bumps that were short-lived, but like not a lot of guys got a huge bump coming out of it besides Messi.
Yeah,
And frankly, even that Messi bump took a little time. I don't think it'll take as much time this go around. The hobby's in a different place, but it did take a little time for the Messi kind of mountain to kind of go
dude,
up.
I bought so many Messi cards right after he won the World Cup, and it was the best. I just didn't buy enough. I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
it's a weird time. Um,
Group G: Belgium,
yeah,
Egypt, Iran, New Zealand. Yeah.
like I said, I think Doku could go. Like
I had
Doku's just gonna
Doku.
be he's
Yeah.
gonna be pleasurable to watch.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he's gonna be doing stuff
Fast, doing his
like he's
thing.
gonna be dribbling and running around like crazy. And people like that. Maybe we get like a KDB nostalgia like
Sure.
thing. Um, Egypt, Salah, obviously. Um, Egypt has this kid that plays for Barca B. I don't think I don't even know if he's going to get cards. Probably won't. But and then if he does, he's probably not going to factor. But like if he gets a prism, um, Hamza Abdel Karim, like
Hamza.
it's Hamza Abdel Karim.
Let me write this
You
down.
can
Al Karim. Yeah.
Abdel Karim.
Abdel Karim.
Yeah, it could be like fun to just like put away, you know. But
Well, this
like
is
I
like
don't think
the Ray and Ryan problem.
yeah.
It just doesn't have cards
Yeah,
yet.
exactly.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I mean, which is crazy, but anyway. So yeah,
We'll
that's
see.
just a little name just to like if you're buying Egypt and they happen to get him in. I just don't that I do wish we had like the Prism checklist. That
Yeah,
would be pretty
same.
fun.
Yeah.
But
Um,
who knows when that comes
hopefully soon. I mean,
out.
some of these teams are not even announcing until Monday. I was
Yeah.
kind of going through. All right, the rest of these groups all have big players, big hobby players. So now we're getting to the business end here. Group H, Spain, Cape Verde, Saudi Arabia, Uruguay. I think it's all Spain here, right?
Yeah, I mean Uruguay could be good, but it's not it's gonna be because of their defense and like,
Yeah.
Fetty. Like I guess Fetty could go crazy or whatever, but their young people are like
Bielsa's on the way. They're on their
gonna
way out with him. I think they'll flame out. Yeah.
yeah. And then but so Spain, like this is gonna come back to haunt me. You're gonna clip this
I'm
in
clipping this right now.
6 weeks or whatever it is. I just look at that team and I'm like, I don't understand why this team is favored. I know they do well. I know they won the Euros. Um, I don't know. I just don't see it. But they have an incredibly easy walk to the semifinals. Like incredibly
Yes. Yeah.
easy walk. So they're definitely going to be there. Um,
I think they lose in the semifinals is actually my prediction for Spain.
yeah, I mean, I could definitely see it. Like I just they're like good. Don't get me wrong, they're good. But when I look at them compared to the other like great teams, I'm just like I would rather have those teams. Um, but yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
who like in the Euros, Yamal was the fifth best player on Spain, but he was the one that like just walked away with like everything. So it's like, can you like who else can you really buy? Like
Well, so I
Nico
think there's
Williams,
Nico Williams. I think will if
but he
he
was he was miles better than
but he
Lamine
stayed on a
Yamal in the
shitty club.
Euros.
He stayed on a
Yeah,
crappy club after. And if you think Spain's going to win, I guess let's just or make a deep run. Nico Williams, you have to feel like he's going to shine and be a big part of that. Um, the
no, I
player that
mean,
I
there's. Go
the
ahead.
player I think will get the short term Gonzalo Ramos type bump that will not be long lived is Oyarzabal.
I mean, he's good. He might win the Golden Boot.
Yeah.
Like
But
he's
like I
got
don't think
like
it'll be a long term bump, but his cards are
no,
worthless now. So he'll get a short bump because he'll score a hat trick. Lamine Yamal's not playing in the first two games, right?
I
Or at least
know
not the first
that.
game. So somebody's gonna do it.
I mean that's going to be the crazy part. Like even if Spain goes deep, I don't think Lamine Yamal is going to be like in the top four goal scorers for Spain.
But he doesn't even
Um,
really the thing is he does not need to be for his
exactly,
for his hobby
exactly.
relevance to still skyrocket.
Exactly,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly. So it's like, and he's just gonna suck out all the money that would have gone anywhere else.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
so it's a weird like situation.
It is fun though.
Um,
We're gonna get a Lamine Yamal World Cup debut patch, which you'll be able to buy in 5 years.
yeah, I mean, I do want to talk about the other ones real quick, just because I think it's like so ridiculous, even though I know they're gonna be worth a bajillion dollars. Like it, I mean, this is just like how did they were just so for anybody that hadn't seen. They're also going to be doing Ballon d'Or patches for the World Cup. Um, what were the other ones? Ballon d'Or,
Ballon d'Or,
Golden Boot,
yeah.
and
Golden Glove.
Golden Glove. I think. Yeah, something. I don't know. They're basically putting a bunch of patches on players now that we don't know when we're going to get them.
Well, but did they say that press release didn't say it was tops. It said FIFA
Oh,
patches. Yeah, so I don't know what those will be. I'm pretty sure.
oh,
Yeah, that could be like a FIFA thing,
I
which
thought
I
it
don't
was a
know what it would be.
Fanatics thing.
I didn't see Fanatics on that.
Oh, all right. Well, let's see when they
Changes that
show up.
changes everything.
That changes everything.
Maybe
That
Panini puts
changes
them in a
everything.
patch.
That
Can
changes
you
everything.
imagine? Can you imagine? The thing I think is weak about
I
Spain is that the Spain's defense, I believe, is very weak. Like in a
that's
tournament like this, defense is rewarded. You see a lot of 1-0 games. You see a lot of extra time games. Obviously, they have the goods at midfield and up top. I don't doubt that. But you look at some of these defensive names: Pedro Porro, Marcos Llorente. I thought he was a midfielder. Laporte, Pau Cubarsi, Mark Pubil. Who is he? Eric Garcia, Cucurella, legend. and Alejandro Grimaldo. Like that's not what you'd. That's not. We're far away from Puyol and PK with those names.
Yeah, this is weird. All right, yeah, you're right. I just assume because when I see patch, I'm just like,
You just go into the.
look, I like I said. Well, I mean, I'm
Oh,
probably
we
gonna
are
put
getting
it.
those debut patches, and they're going to be in cards
I
in
think debut
some
patches are
point.
incredible. I think that like kind of forcing this other stuff,
Yeah.
it's not going to matter in the grand scheme of things because, well, if they did force them, I don't know that they did. Um, but I just think it just I don't know. When I think it like the debut patch, I think that's incredible. Like any sport,
Yeah.
like it's
Fun.
incredible, right?
Awesome.
It's like
Yeah.
it's relevant. There's only going to be one, most importantly, there's only going to be one of them. Like
Yeah.
that's what I care about. But it's like if you can just like throw these patches on multiple people at multiple times, it starts losing the to me the fun, but
Hmm.
it doesn't matter. They're gonna sell for a bajillion dollars.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so yeah.
All right. Group I is loaded: France, Senegal, Iraq, and Norway.
So here's my thoughts on this group. It's loaded, but it's such a good defensive group that
Mm.
I don't think these players are going to do what everybody thinks they're going to do. Because like everybody's like, oh, this is a watered down World Cup. Uh, Erling Haaland's gonna drop, you know, eight eight group stage, goals or something. But we have the draw now. Like if he
Right.
like if he was playing, you know, like if he was in that Brazil group, you know,
Yeah. Then he would
maybe
drop. Yeah.
or one of these like other like the Ivory Coast, like Ivory Coast is decent, but like the Ivory Coast Curacao or the Saudi Arabia Cape Verde group, which Spain is in, like yeah, then maybe he does drop six, but who's he gonna drop six on? Like it's
Well,
just
I mean,
Mbappe.
I think the theory is that I don't know that either one of us would recognize any name on the Iraq national team.
Yeah, but I don't think Iraq's good. But if you look, they don't give up a ton of goals.
No, they're just gonna
They just can't score.
pack it in,
Yeah,
and yeah. And it could be. I mean, that's how a lot of these World Cup games go. Is they're one nothing games. I mean, you get a lot. Like it's not going to be. I People get like this fantasy in their head. I think when they're looking at this on paper, this is. I don't anticipate that you're going to see many of these games like PSG Bayern Munich first leg. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
that's not what the football looks like.
And Norway had to play Iraq first, which
Yeah.
means Iraq's still going to be trying, right? They're not going to be like
Oh yeah,
if
it's
you
their
get to
opening game. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
if you get to play third, you get to play them third. They've lost. Their all hope is lost. They decide to throw out some young kids, then maybe happen. But like Senegal's a great team. Senegal's ranked what 19 in the world or something crazy. Like they may or may not have won AFCON. I don't know, whatever. But and they play like great defense. So like the Mbappe, I don't think Mbappe's gonna win Golden Boot just because like this group is like terrible. We can talk about the Golden Boot now, or we can talk about it
Well,
later. But
I think part of this is part of this is you hedging because you're a Holland guy and you don't want expectations to be
no, because look, if you, I looked at Iraq, like go look at like pull up Iraq's like
all right, here we go.
qualifying,
Never thought I'd be
like
doing this. Iraq qualifying results. Okay, here we go. Iraq results. Goddamn, doesn't even come up. Okay. FIFA World Cup. Doesn't even let me do that. Fixtures. God damn, they have a warm-up game against Spain next week. Whew. Um, you would think this would be easier to see. Thanks a lot, ESPN. Two,
oh,
two, two
ESPN's
one over
awful.
Bolivia. 2-1 over Bolivia. They beat Bolivia 2-1 to get in. Andorra. Oof. my God, I can't pick it out by flag. All right, let's just assume that they played good defense.
Okay, thank you.
Assume that you're correct. How the knock on Holland, God, I can't believe I'm taking this position and you're in the other position. The knock on Holland forever, if you go back a few years, was he'll never play in a World Cup. So he had an artificial
Yes.
cap on his card value because he'll never be on the biggest stage. Well, now here we are, and he's going to play a third group game against France in Boston. Going to be the one of the biggest,
Yeah, yeah.
group stage
I
matches, probably fighting for the group, you would
I
think.
think that could actually be the one group in the game that goes crazy. Like,
Well,
because
yeah,
they're
because we know
both.
France's defenders are terrible. All you got to do is watch PSG to see how terrible all the French players play defense. So yeah,
No, I mean, but for the record, in the fourth round, the last round of the Africa qualifying,
yeah,
it's only a three team group. They played each other. They didn't give up a goal. They scored one and didn't give up any. Like in two goals, in two games they scored one, didn't give up any. They
thrilling,
just
thrilling
they're just gonna,
soccer.
yeah, it's gonna
Yeah,
suck. It's gonna
yeah.
like I. But anyway, yeah, that game. I hope it looks like PSG Bayern. I hope both those teams are like, fuck it, let's go have some fun.
I hope so too, because
You
I'm
know,
probably going to go to that game. I know ADOT's going to that game. Yeah, so
yeah. I mean, I could see it because I don't think France's defense is
no,
incredible. Norway's obviously not. Their defense is not what
that's their
carries them.
weakness. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Norway, So yeah, I hope both teams are just like, we got it. We're gonna score, and
Yeah, and
then
who knows where the
that would
group
be
will
a lot of
be?
fun.
If the group's still in contention at that point. I mean, that could cut either way. Yeah. To me, in this group, you're still Mbappe cards still seem undervalued to me relative to his potential run. Even if he doesn't win Golden Boot, it seems like France will be in the mix. Um, Michael Olise cards have skyrocketed on the back of his performances at Bayern Munich. Um, I don't know if they have room to still go up, but like,
Hey, I mean, it's crazy. But the one thing that we can't like forget, and it's what I often remind myself, more people are watching these games than any other. Like, we watch games.
yeah,
Like,
right,
everybody in
right.
this chat watches games.
Hmm.
The basketball player that's piled into Lamine Yamal, the basketball collector, the football collector that's piled into Lamine Yamal has never watched any of these games,
Right.
but they will be watching these World Cup games. So like any of these guys, look, uh, I wouldn't be buying Elise personally, but I'm also not going to be like, if he goes out there and he's the one that scores two versus Norway, and does like his, left foot, like, incredible shot, like, his cards are going to go up.
Yeah. Oh
Like,
yeah.
you know, so that's
Yeah.
what I've, been trying to really tell myself when I like look at this stuff. We have to like kind of forget, like we just said, or like I just said, Lamine Yamal was the fifth best player on Spain. It didn't matter, right?
Yeah. It doesn't matter.
He dribbled, he scored a very important goal. Um, so what I think is funny, depending what happens tomorrow, I think after tomorrow, like a lot of, or not a lot, but like some guys that you think could win the Ballon d'Or, not that it really matters, but are not going to be able to win the Ballon d'Or
Sure.
because
Right.
if PSG wins,
Yeah.
I
No
just
Declan
find it really
Rice.
hard.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Yeah.
but if PSG wins, can Mbappe win the Ballon d'Or with
Yes.
Dembele
Yeah. 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 For
winning?
sure.
Can
Yeah.
he though?
Because what if Mbappe scores 7 goals in the tournament and Dembele scores one? Like I think that the recency bias of what
I
happens
mean,
last will carry, and it depends on how it all shakes out, obviously. But yes, I think
yeah,
there's
I
still a
mean,
pathway.
everybody's like, oh, why is like, if you look at the Ballon d'Or odds right now, it's like, why is Declan Rice and Dembele like at the top? Well, it's because I mean, yeah, if Mbappe scores eight and Dembele scores one, yeah. But if Mbappe scores six and Dembele scores five, like
Yeah. And then I mean, it gets
I
harder. Yeah.
I think he's got to like really, 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 really outplay him. And the same for if Arsenal win, I find it hard. Like Like everybody's like Harry Kane's gonna win the Ballon d'Or. Well, if England doesn't win, Harry Kane's not winning the Ballon d'Or.
Right. Right.
And if Arsenal win tomorrow, Declan Rice is gonna have a way better resume, I think. Obviously he's Harry Kane scored a bajillion goals versus the Farmers, but Declan Rice, like he's like what the new Ballon d'Ors become, the
Oh yeah.
Rodri,
The
the
Rodri.
like
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
so I
Yeah. The
think that's
pathway's
gonna
tougher for some player. I mean, if Arsenal lose and England win the World Cup on the back of Harry Kane, I mean, it would have to be a substantial performance by Harry Kane in the World Cup to
if
to
if
win it.
Arsenal lose and England win, Harry Kane can
Yeah.
absolutely
Yeah.
win the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
But if Arsenal win tomorrow, I think it becomes like a lot a lot harder.
Yeah. That's
Just
fair.
my opinion. Because I don't think, I mean, it's hard for me to see just the way this is broken out that a player winning the Ballon d'Or that doesn't win the World Cup.
Yeah. I think recent, I mean, yeah, all we have to go on really is recent, the way it's gone recently. And yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So
I also don't really give a shit about the
I
Ballon
know
d'Or. I
that's
mean,
what he said.
I think the lesson in recent years is that it's meaningless in terms of hobby cards if it's not a big name, anyways, right? Rodri cards still suck. Dembele cards still are generally not worth very much. So
Yeah,
what?
I agree. I agree. Just
Uh,
giving a little bit of betting advice. Just a
I like it.
little.
Oh, there we go. A little side, a little bet. We don't like to gamble, but we like to gamble on that. Okay. Group J, the champions. My prediction is that Argentina will win the World Cup again. Argentina, Algeria, Austria, a bit of alliteration here, and the Republic of Jordan.
Yeah, I mean, it's Argentina.
I
It's
have
like
two. I have two names that are not Messi for this group.
I or are they Argentinian? I have two that are
Yes. Yes.
Argentinian.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, go for it.
Nico Paz, Julian Alvarez.
Exactly, of course. Yeah, there they are. Yeah, that's
And next group.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, you're that's it.
Yeah. Too old to repeat. I don't think that I don't know. I mean, Messi's still banging them in MLS.
I don't
He,
think, for what it's worth, I don't think they're gonna repeat. But and if they do repeat, yeah, you can probably buy those other guys, but you should just be buying Messi cards.
I mean, if let's just say in a world where they win again, how much higher do the Messi cards go?
They go to Otani level.
Near above at Otani level.
At Otani level.
That's
Yeah.
nuts. That's just crazy.
I At least, yeah, I mean, I don't see how they don't.
Yeah.
He's the only person in my mind that can catch Otani. Like that's like going like right now. And then
Active.
Lamine Yamal can, but not I don't think it happens right away.
Yeah. Interesting. Group K, Portugal, Congo, Uzbekistan, and Colombia.
So I
Portugal.
think so here's like the kind of the weird part of like this whole World Cup thing or whatever, because people have been asking me for months, like, oh, what's going to happen to cards after the World Cup? What's going to happen to cards after the World Cup? Blah blah blah. Like, obviously, who would you buy? Blah blah. And a couple months ago, or even maybe even like a month ago, but my whole thing was I think you can buy Cristiano, and you're kind of getting like a free option of
Yeah.
if he loses his cards are down, like
They won't go
not
down
down,
much.
they
Yeah.
won't go down much, but if he wins, this gets like very interesting very fast,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah. Oh
Like
yeah.
the goat debate is not as settled as it is sitting here today. Um, but then like and then overall, like the general market, I was like, I don't really think that we're in as bad a spot as we are in 2022 with like a huge fall off of all these cards, because in 2021 2022, when all these basketball and football guys came over and started buying soccer cards, they were buying like their focus or their range was like way bigger.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was like and by that I mean they're buying like a way bigger amount of players. um this year they're buying like pretty much Messi and Yamal,
Yeah,
right? And
yeah,
so I don't I don't see like the huge fall off of like the market. But then as I say that, like a Yamal cards have like 4x in some, and like you 2 to 4
yeah.
x in like
I mean, we have
2 or 3 months.
four of the five top Yamal sales of all time have been in the past 2 weeks.
I
Like it's just been a little wild. Yeah,
I think he is the most at risk. Like we had this talk like
yeah.
in private, but we got to give the people what they want. I do think he's the most at risk. I like so I set up at a show. Well, I was at a show. I was with AZ Footy Cards this past weekend, a massive show, 700 table show or whatever. And I kind of like set up with them for a while, and so I saw like what people were asking for, and the people that were asking for Yamal, which the hype is real, the whatever, but they
Hmm.
weren't soccer. They weren't soccer people. Like they were coming. You could tell they were just from other sports or whatever. Like it wasn't like soccer people. Um, so I mean, I posted that poll the other day. If he wins, like, what does his cards do? Uh, go down, stay the same, two, double or triple.
4x.
And yeah, and I asked a couple people like as soon as I posted like what is the hobby going to vote? Not what happens, but what's the hobby going to vote?
Yeah,
And to a T, everybody was like, oh, it's going to go triple, double, same.
yeah.
And it actually like double was by far the winner, and triple and the same were neck and neck.
Interesting.
Triple barely beat stay the same, which I actually think is like a fair, it's fair. I do think though that there's so many of these other sports guys that have piled into Yamal because basketball is all but done. Although Wemby has gone crazy, so that's kind of taken some of their money because nobody wants to buy SGA. Um, but like if Wemby loses tomorrow, what is it tomorrow? I think it's tomorrow. Whenever the game 7 is,
Tonight?
I
I don't know.
is it tonight, tomorrow, whatever. Um, I could see them maybe even piling into more Yamal, right?
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
like for in the next because we still have what 2 weeks, but then afterwards I think they just have to get out because they got to go buy their quarterbacks, right? Like at the national and even
Yeah.
Fanatics Fest, unless if Jamal's still there, I think they have to. I think they have to liquidate to go buy all their quarterbacks.
I just think
That's just my
we're,
opinion.
I just think there's, from where I'm at, the mall market, we've been wrong about it
Absolutely.
consistently, right? That's the one thing we agree on.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
it somewhat defies our ability to kind of wrap it up in a nice little bow. And I think if they go on a major run, I do have some notes on Portugal I want to talk about. If they go on a major run, I think more than triple for, maybe not the high end stuff that just set the records, but like, yeah, that mid end stuff, golds, like rookie stuff will
I actually
go
disagree. I
even
think the
bigger.
high end stuff goes as a multiple goes more than the low end stuff.
Well, I just don't know if that stuff will come right back to market. You know what I mean? Like we just saw some big
Well,
sales,
yeah.
like the Superfractor rated rookie, a couple reds, Chrome Red, Sapphire Red that you had the poll on. Like yeah, it'll depend on what stuff comes to market. There's also a ton of really good Yamal cards in the Golden Elite, which we'll probably recap after it's done. We don't like to do previews, so that
I
we'll
don't
probably
like
talk
doing
about.
previews. It's not
Um,
him. BTL likes doing previews. I don't. I like seeing what happens and then talking about it after.
yeah, yeah.
Because if I would have done a preview for that alt auction last night, I would have never said that Messi 2020 finest car or finest red 10 was going to sell for what was it, $18,000,
I know.
$17,000. Like give me a break.
Hindsight is
Like
better. It's easier.
it's easier.
Triple would mean a base Chrome PSA 10 is $1,500 for a Yamal rookie. Yeah, I mean, look
That's
at
what
an
I'm saying.
Otani silver.
Yeah.
Chrome refractor. What's an Otani Chrome refractor PSA 10 rookie do? Like a Wemby was doing 3 grand. You know what I mean? So like, it's not that crazy.
Yeah,
So yeah, we got to talk
but
about
we'll see.
Portugal though.
My winner, that is my
Yeah,
winner. Well,
Portugal. Okay.
I bet them last February. So that's why I am just sticking with it. But I do still like them. I think they have the best defensive midfield and back line in the world. And I
Mm.
think that's what kind of wins these tournaments. I've said I wish they wouldn't have won Nations League. So because that kind of got maybe a target, or I think they were just flying under the radar. Really, honestly, I
All right,
think
so let me ask you this then. Follow-up question. Portugal, you're correct. Portugal wins the World Cup. Who wins the Ballon d'Or?
Portugal wins the World Cup. I, it depends what happens tomorrow. Um, but assuming PSG wins tomorrow, I think Vitinha wins the
Oh.
Ballon d'Or.
Oh. And we just continue the run of hobby irrelevance in the Ballon d'Or
Yeah,
category.
I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
like
So are you saying you don't think Ronaldo's the key factor in their winning the World Cup? Most likely.
I think Ronaldo could be the reason they don't win the World Cup if they don't win the
Yeah,
World Cup.
yeah, yeah,
But at the same time, I think you just if I mean, I would buy Ronaldo cards. Like,
yeah,
if you think they're going to win, because that's another case. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if Portugal win the World Cup. It's not going to matter that Vitinha was the best player on the field, or Neves was the best player on the field. Like, none of that's going to matter.
yeah. I was keying on guys that could have a potential come up. I'm still a Rafael Leao truther,
I mean,
despite
his cards have to be $0,
yeah,
right?
they're
Like, I
worthless
don't even look
now.
at it.
Yeah, bad
Jao Felix.
season. Milan doesn't make the Champions League. Like just trouble. So
The problem with him, the problem with Jao Felix, like Jao Felix could come out and set the world on fire. I'm not saying he is, but like there's a plan, there's a world where it could happen, right? But who cares if he just goes right back to Saudi Arabia?
I
Like
know,
what, like
I know. Yeah.
like
Um.
you sell your cards immediately, unless if he's like, oh, all right, I'm coming back.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
coming
know
back to
like the
Europe
contract. I don't know
somehow.
the contract situation, and I don't know any of
We just
that.
have
But
to
like,
pull a Jordan Henderson. Yeah.
yeah, so
I also
um,
had Luis Diaz. I think will be good for a few
I have
Gonzalo Ramos
yeah.
type moments. Yeah.
I have the same. I think Columbia could make a little bit of a run.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good. Look at us.
look at us.
Last but not least, where we probably will have a lot to say: England, Croatia, Ghana, and Panama.
Yeah, I mean the only team you can like hobby invest in is England. Even
Hmm.
like everybody else is whatever. And if England does it, the best thing either Portugal. Well, actually, I'd say England winning the World Cup is the best thing for the hobby.
Well, yeah, because there's so many hobby relevant guys on the
There's
England.
so
Yeah.
many hobby
Yeah.
relevant the English market, the British market, whatever, that is growing like crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're gonna just go nuts,
Hmm.
right? These like outside of Kane, the rest of the team is in the dumps, essentially as far as like potential hobby value or however you want to. No, well, maybe not like Declan Rice or whatever. I don't look at Declan Rice card prices. I'm sure they've kind of gone nuts or whatever. But like the guys that used to be the Judes, the Sakas or whatever,
Yeah, I
maybe
want to talk
Saka.
about Jude. I want to talk about Jude because I was having this debate with a Harry Kane collector, and my position is unless Harry Kane is by far and away the best player for England, Jude stands to gain the most in an England win because whether you're an Arsenal fan, United fan, City collector, Liverpool collector, Jude Bellingham's not an immediate threat to your club
Yeah,
outside of Champions League. So I can buy Jude Bellingham cards comfortably. I'm never buying a Harry Kane flawless card. Like I'm just never going to do it.
right.
I don't care. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
No,
So
and yeah, and nobody's gonna buy a Saka card that. Well, I won't say nobody, but like it's the same thing, right?
yeah,
Like
there's a lot of
every
parochialism within
yeah,
that fan
everybody hates
group.
Arsenal now.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah,
except for
yeah,
Arsenal,
yeah,
obviously.
yeah.
But I this Harry Kane, like I'm not gonna say this Harry Kane run up wasn't like worth it. Like he's been undervalued for
Well,
probably,
yeah,
for
yeah.
a really long time. Um and if he wins, then it's probably gonna go crazy. But yeah, I think Jude has a better chance. Look, I don't even know how they're going to set up. And here's the other
Yeah,
thing. Thomas
yeah,
Tuchel's about to park the bus on the whole thing. Like if you look at like who
yeah,
he chose, like
yeah, yeah,
it looks like they're going to try to win every game 1-0. Like so that kind of like would kind of scare me a little. Like when I looked at like the odds in the groups and I was like Harry Kane's going to win the Golden Boot, right? And then I'm like, oh wait, but Thomas Tuchel's
yeah.
his
Tommy
manager,
Tickles, man. Yeah,
and
can't trust him.
he's gonna. I mean, to score goals, like they could win it all. They could win every game 1-0 and win the World Cup. And
Sure.
it is what it is. But it just seems like they're not gonna go crazy. So we'll see.
Yeah,
And
I
like
don't.
Croatia, like Modric, he's 1,000 years old. So
Yeah, I mean, Croatia may make a deep run.
they've done it
They
twice now,
consistently do. Yeah, yeah.
and yet Modric cards aren't really where you think they would be.
Nope.
Based
Nope.
on like it's crazy. Like this guy semifinals twice, and his cards aren't $1 bajillion after winning a bajillion Champions Leagues and being one of the Ballon d'Or and like that. Though that's the situations where I'm like, what are we doing? You know, but
Yeah,
that's the hobby.
yeah. I think the. All right, so you have Portugal winning. I have Argentina defending and winning, and Lionel Messi cards going to the absolute fucking moon.
Yeah, or I mean, let's hope one of us is right because it'll just like either Cristiano. What happens though if Cristiano wins? Like, let's just say
Because
they
then
have the same card.
he's got a
They have the same
Euros,
card. Yeah,
Nations
yeah.
League, and a World Cup. Yeah.
Well, okay, but what I'm saying is like let's just say the baseline is Messi is at 100 value right now, and Ronaldo's at 100 value right now. If Ronaldo wins, how much like he's gonna what triple? But how much does Messi fall, or does he fall?
Wait, but wouldn't you think they'd come into more of an equilibrium like they were prior to 2022? Or they were closer, pound
Okay,
for pound
so
closer?
then
That's what
you're
I think
just
would
saying,
happen.
yeah, so you're just saying Ronaldo goes up like they don't meet in the middle. Ronaldo just goes and catches them.
Yeah, or Messi comes down a little and Ronaldo rises to that level, but not because Messi did it first. So I think there'll be like a premium on that. Messi was dominant when he needed to be in 2022. He walked for 90% of the games, but like when it
Yeah.
mattered, he was there. Will Ronaldo factor the same way, or is it because of other guys that Portugal's going to would have that success?
Yeah, I mean, I hope. And the best part is like we're gonna get well, unless one of them puke. Like Argentina's not gonna. Well, I say that they lost to Saudi Arabia or whatever, but I think Argentina should cakewalk their group. Colombia could give like Colombia
Yeah,
is at
but
least prickly, but let's just hope they both
Congo and
win their group.
Uzbekistan, not threats. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So let's if they both win their group, then they're set up for that July 11th game in Kansas City. And
Yes.
that will be the most watched sporting event in history, right?
Can you imagine Arrowhead Stadium hosting the most infamous soccer game on American soil? That's one of
Yeah.
the cities that's having trouble selling. They're all having trouble, I think, selling tickets. But
Yeah, yeah.
KC is in Arrowhead. I mean, they have a great MLS stadium with Sporting KC, but yeah, I mean, it'll be filled up obviously at that point. But that'd be
Yeah,
crazy.
it would be filled up and
I
it
think
would
that's a
be the most
nighttime.
watched game.
I think that's a nighttime game too, like prime time, 9 o'clock, 8, 9 o'clock game right now.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
that would be crazy.
I think it will be the most watched sporting event in history. And I don't even know like what would touch
Yeah,
it anytime soon.
yeah, I agree. I don't know where it would rank in American sporting,
But
views.
worldwide.
Worldwide, it would
Worldwide.
for sure. I agree. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, you got to think it would give the Super Bowl a run for its money in America, based on if the hype grows the way we think it will. Yeah.
Yeah. I hope we get to see it. I mean,
And then if
it would
Spain wins, I think no matter what, Yamal cards probably
if
triple where they're at now.
Yeah, it's hard for me to fathom it, but
I mean, how could
like I
they
said,
not? How could they not?
because they've gone up 4x
Yeah,
in the last month.
I know it's
That's
great.
why.
It's fucking
I
great.
mean, it's like
Well, and the thing
I
is, you're not getting like what's not happening. I don't think on a macro level that a lot of people who weren't around for 2022 maybe thought would happen, but it's not happened. Like it's not a rising tide raising all ships, right? Like you're not
no,
seeing influx into everything, right? So you're seeing
no.
money come into the guys that we've talked about, not just everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, it I could see like I'm not saying this will happen, but does the Messi money do people start selling Messi cards to buy Yamal cards if Spain wins?
Maybe.
Like I that maybe that's where the money. Like I said, I just think that the people that have been buying that have caused this run up in Yamal in the last couple months, I think they're flippers. I think they're coming from somewhere else. I think they're in this to flip and liquidity and in and out. And I think if he does triple, like I look, I've been wrong the whole way. I've sold pretty much. Hey, I just forgot I had a good Yamal card that I actually wanted to keep, but then PSA offer gave me $3,000 more than a PSA 10 that was listed on eBay, so I just said I had to sell it.
Yeah.
Um, but uh, I mean, it's crazy. Like I when I looked at like values, because that made me start looking, because I pay attention, but like I didn't realize like the the Chrome base refractor said 4x in the last 3 months or whatever it is. Like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
just not cards I look at, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, holy crap! So like, if if we
Yeah.
do
So the
get the
big, the
triple,
big, the big move you've been missing, which now none of us can do, is buying base refractors and base sapphire Yamal rookies and grading them. Buying raw to grade
yeah,
was like a great move when you could get them back. Now you're screwed now. You're not going to regular submit those. So yeah, but that's been working well for a lot of people.
yeah. I mean, it's I yeah, I don't know I don't have a lot of thoughts on like what's going to happen after. Other than I do think if Yamal loses, I don't see how like it's not like a double whammy of like, oh, he lost and oh, we need liquidity. Because I don't think I just don't think that these basketball collectors want to sit on Yamal until for 2 years. I could be wrong. I've been wrong the
Yeah,
whole way.
I don't. Yeah, and that may happen, but I think now the thing that's different now from the soccer card market perspective is that the hobby, that niche of the hobby is at a more mature place than it was in late 2022. And there's so many more collectors, especially overseas, than there were then. Um, like I think there'll be a landing spot for people to buy that stuff and not have it tank because there's enough of us who are going to be sticking around ready for the next run up and know that the kid's still going to be in the mix
Well,
in a
let's
short turnaround time. You know,
let's put it
like
like this. So the base chrome refractor went from 400 to 1500 or 1550, whatever, right? Say
mhm.
he doesn't say he scores 3 World Cup games and loses in the semifinals. Let's just pretend that happens. Where are
Mhm.
you comfortable buying
Well, I would never buy that
that
card.
so like
It's
okay
not a
well
card
where
I'm interested in.
all right but
Where
you
do
get
I
what I'm
think?
saying like
Yeah.
where does the soccer collector step in and buy that card the the new English soccer card collector where do they step in and buy that card?
I'm trying to see where it's at right now.
I looked at it, it was 1550 I think or so
Okay,
1525
one
or something.
sold 2 days ago for $2,100. Uh,
2100. See, what are we
yeah.
doing here? What are we doing? You think somebody's gonna pay $6,000 for that card?
So you could
Wimby only
no,
got to 3,500.
yeah,
Well,
that's
that's your
crazy.
triple.
No, but I think it'll be 4 grand. Yeah, so double.
Okay, that's a double. Well, there
Well,
you
I
go.
didn't know
That's
this
what I'm.
comp. I thought it was 1,500. The raws are going for like we're going for like 300 or $400. Um,
And looking like February. Sold for like $400.
Oh yeah, yeah. 400, 500. The run up starts in like mid March. They get to 9. Then they hit one sells for 2 grand in April. Now we're just in kind of crazy territory. 465, still a low pop count when you consider, the collector base. Um, if they exit early, I would see this card returning back to the $600-700 level.
Okay, yeah, yeah. So that I think yeah. I mean, at some point you just what is Spain 5-1 to win it all? I
Yeah,
think they're like 5-1 to win it
yeah.
all. I think the play is to buy a prediction market contract on Spain because I think they walk to the semifinals
And then sell it when they,
and then then sell half when you'll
yeah,
probably be able to get half of it back and then but that's we're not
yeah.
promoting gambling here. We're
That's a
promoting
gamble. We
cards.
don't cards.
Yes.
The BIS market. There's questions about the BIS thing. Is just we still can't rationalize that. At least the chrome refractor makes some sense in my overall understanding of cards.
Yeah,
Um,
so the chrome refractor has less than double the pop of the BIS
mhm.
and it's a 15th of the price now. I
Yeah,
don't even know what the BIS. I know the BIS has gone crazy again. Like,
I don't want to know. It's not a market I pay attention to because I consider it to be stupid.
yeah.
Uh,
I know they're like high 20s, I think.
22,000 dollars.
Oh, I thought they were even higher.
Yeah, there was some that was a auction Fanatics premiere last week. So we would have known that if I had agreed to your recap video. Um,
Yeah.
23, 25, 23, 22, 20. Yeah. I mean, that's a
Yeah, I thought they were like 25.
top
Yeah. Yeah.
257. So, yeah.
Pop 257, man. Pop 257.
I mean, it's just all tied to the message, right? Like, we've agreed. Well, we agree that the conspiracy theory, there's too many of these for it to be one or a small group of people doing this.
I think I think at 257, I could be wrong. I think at 257 that officially takes that car like if you look at the Messi pop count, I
Yeah.
think that brings you into PSA 7 territory. Meaning if you add up the 10s, the 9s and the 8s, it's less than 257, I think.
Yeah.
So now you're in PSA 7 territory, which I don't know where they're at, but they're probably about the same. Like what crazy. Like similar Yamal cards right now are selling for more than half of Messi.
Yeah. You get a
Like not
PSA,
non
you can
rookies,
get a
sorry.
PSA 7 for like 15 to 20 grand. So
Yeah.
less than the 10. Yeah.
And if you look at Yamal non rookies, like say the selects, you know, like or whatever, like they're so much closer to Messi prices. Like rookies, I get right, but these second
Yeah.
and third year your mall cards that are going for over half of like Messi cards, I just it's crazy. But
Yeah.
more power to it, yeah, more power. I just got paid. I just got paid 8 grand for a card I bought for $400 less than a year ago. So go nuts, people. Go
PSA, when
nuts.
they were still operating, upcharged me $600 on a PSA 8 Yamal. So that's just where we're at.
It's going to be very interesting. Not to really get back to the PSA thing,
Should I
but
bring
like
Alex? Bring Alex back?
the PSA offer thing becomes kind of interesting now because it's obviously a lot of repackers that are on the other end of that, on the other side of that,
Oh yeah,
and they're gonna need like I don't like PSA. I'll just say not that I don't like PSA. I don't even want to get into that other part of the reason why I really don't like this management. But but the PSA offers thing is incredible. Like the ability to hit a button, sell your card with no fees, and the money goes right into your bank account.
yeah, it's great.
It's incredible. Like
Yeah,
that, you know. And sometimes they get it wrong, which is
Oh yeah,
even
that's the best
better.
part. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like,
Win one for the little guy.
yeah, like you don't use their vault. You don't use any vault, right?
I want to hold the cards. I want to love them. I want to see them. Yeah.
Well, if you move to Mexico with me, you'll realize that
I need some
that becomes a
ship
lot harder.
shipping becomes more challenging. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Re
Yeah. Go.
real quick. So I did the little predictor bracket. Is there a way? Let's do it this way. Who is outside of Argentina?
Mm.
Who is your most likely non-European team to make the semifinals of the World Cup?
Um, non-European team. I would go non-European. Oh, Brazil. I mean Brazil. Yeah.
You think? I don't. I
Yeah.
think that team stinks.
Most likely. I mean, out of who non-European, who else would you pick?
I picked Morocco before I picked Brazil.
Fair. Just not as sexy.
Yeah,
I gotta go for the hobby love, man.
yeah. It's kind of crazy. Like if
I could see
Brazil has
Egypt,
Brazil,
like maybe Egypt. Like you just don't know. I just don't know. I don't watch enough of those national teams to feel confident.
if Brazil beats England, because that's kind of like how it would set up if they both win Brazil, England in a quarterfinal, the hobby would lose its mind for two reasons. Vinny Jr. is probably going to be like a huge factor in it,
You would
and
think,
every
yeah.
and everybody's going to hate that, and then England losing. Like that, we talked about it earlier. What is the Vinny Jr. market going to take? Drop a brace or a hat trick on England with the world watching
Oh,
and start sambaing all over the place. We
I
might
don't
get it.
know.
We
That would
just
be
might get
bad.
it.
I don't think that'll help. I don't. I don't think that would
We
help.
might just get it.
You know, you've got like
Uh,
my problem with Portugal is mostly I just despise Bruno Fernandes's entire existence and want him to not exist on the football pitch anywhere. Um,
but if you look at the team, it's good, man.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Back to front, good. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, back to front good, and like whatever. You can not like Bruno. I don't mind Bruno as much,
yeah.
but he's good. He's really good. He's finally. I joke because I said it with AZ Footy Cards. Like I said, huge United guy, right? And like it was Bruno just won EPL Player of the Season that morning. So like then I see him that afternoon, and I have some like Bruno rookies and like I have like just a random Bruno or two. And I was like, now that you United fans finally appreciate this guy because you finally won some games, his prices has gone up. Because the United collectors were out. They
Oh
were
yeah. I mean, it was hard
they were
not to be. The team was terrible. It's like Chelsea collectors right now. Like it's just there's nothing to be excited about. There was nothing to be excited about
yeah
with that team. Yeah. I
so
just my problem with Portugal is I don't believe in Roberto Martinez. Like I just don't think he could be the guy to take you to the promised land. I don't see it.
I mean I that's the number one knock. They Look, I'm not going to sit here and tell you Nations League is the greatest thing ever, but those teams tried. I do
I
believe
mean,
those teams
sure,
tried.
sure, sure, sure.
Like it wasn't like there was like backup squads out there, and they rolled everybody, and they're good, man. They're good in the right places, except for Ronaldo. This is my great hedge, right? Like I say buy Ronaldo, but Ronaldo stinks, and then that way I can't go wrong.
Yeah, I think what you said is the key thing is that he could be the reason they don't win it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a world where that exists.
Yeah, I like Columbia to make a
Or
run. I like that, Claude, with that comment. Columbia could be a good dark horse for sure. I could see a South American team, you know, Ecuador, Colombia, more likely Colombia. I think they're have more going for them at all the different phases of the game, um, making a run. Sure, I'm excited,
the
dude.
good,
We're like what 2 weeks away from the opening game. Is it Mexico South Africa? When is that game?
the good news is France. So France, Spain, assuming they win the groups, France, Spain is a semifinal, right? So they're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
so we have a better chance of seeing that, right? Um, like in my opinion, like England is gets to walk to the semifinals, just because I don't rate Brazil. Um, so I think England will be there, which I do think is good for the hobby. And then it's going to be England likely versus the Argentina Portugal winner. Which so I actually, I mean, I love that. I love
That's
that final,
nuts.
like a hobby
Yeah.
final four, France, Spain, and then England versus whoever that is.
Yeah,
I
because
mean,
it's
I think
win,
that
win, win, win. Like you're
yeah, that's like at that point, that's what we want. Like if you're just a general fan of the hobby,
like you just
like
need to keep Morocco out of there. That's really like the
you
team
need to
like
keep
that,
Morocco out of there. You need to keep Croatia out of there.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like the team that always seems to get there. But like when I do the bracket predictor, it's really really hard for these like Morocco. I think is kind of like maybe Turkey, but like Turkey gets through, we're fine. I mean, I know they're European, but like whatever, like Turkey gets through, we're like, I mean, but they would,
Yeah, I mean, I think expanding the pool and adding another stage of knockout football should, you know, make it should in theory it would make it harder for those weaker teams to make a true run because like all that needed to happen in the field of 32 is you catch a lucky group, you do well in your group,
exactly.
get a good draw and you're in. This is going to take more work to get through. I mean, it's an exciting time. We've only got one weekend without soccer. Next weekend's it. Then because then we're in.
Yeah,
It starts on Thursday. So like Champions League final tomorrow, no big deal. Um,
yeah. I'll pray for you.
I'm missing the first half. I have to coach freaking U12s.
See, that's what they make cell phones for, buddy.
We have a setup. We have we're jerry rigging an iPad on the table. Yeah.
Like, let's be real here.
Also, the
I
other
mean,
coach, big Arsenal fan. We did talk about abandoning the game and just him and I going to the pub together, but the wives vetoed that. So yeah,
no assistant coach.
I'm not the
Just tell your
assistant. Is
wife.
the
Dude, the
assistant
wives
is
have to coach
bad.
the game. The
The
wives have to coach
wives.
the game.
She
Like
wouldn't
because
know.
if it's both wives, then it doesn't matter. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like
I think
it's not like
the kids would be pretty upset with us. So we're gonna
how what age?
s-
U12?
yeah, sixth graders, fifth and sixth graders. Yeah,
Yeah, they're just too old enough. That sucks for you.
I know. So we do the under eights in the morning, and then the big kids play at noon. Yeah, it'll be fine. First half, it's close. I'm close to the field. I'm like 8 minutes away, 7 minutes away, so I'll be fine.
Yeah, and I just have your phone. I'll just text you. I'll be like, if anybody scores, I'll just text you, and you'll be like,
The way we said it was like, look, if the first half goes well, then it's exciting. You want to watch. If we check the score and it's bad, I don't want to be involved in that anyways. I'll just go do something else in my life. Like I don't
oh,
want to.
I think it's gonna be a boring game. I think, I don't think Arsenal want to get into a track meet,
Nope.
and they're obviously good, and so I think they're gonna try to.
Contain the
I,
game.
I hope, just from an outside standpoint, I hope PSG strike early and force Arsenal to
Do
play.
something. Yeah.
Just from a neutral, like I want to enjoy this game. I don't want to see them sit on it, like because if Arsenal go up 1-0, you could probably go to sleep.
Oh
Like
yeah.
it's gonna be like it's
Boss
gonna be
parked.
ugly.
Shop
Yeah,
shut.
yeah.
And then they'll concede in the 89th minute as one does. And
Yeah.
we'll go on there. Yeah, yeah. All right, I'm gonna check out. I gotta go eat dinner. And good luck to Arsenal tomorrow. And we're gonna do the BTL World Cup.
Yeah, when's your big draw?
I'm waiting on a few payments. I've got we're gonna do it true Champions League style. So I got the little soccer balls and we're gonna pick names for everybody. The top prize is a Messi Kaboom. So not too
How
shabby.
how are you
They're
how are you
running
doing the
north
losers bracket?
north of
You
six
said you're
grand
doing
right now. Yeah. So what we're gonna do is everybody who gets grouped. So if you get Tunisia, right? Everybody who
right.
gets grouped and everybody who loses in the round of 32, everybody will get a round of 16 team. So you get two guys, two guys to a team. So then you can advance with that team again. So like you could have Tunisia. The prizes aren't as good. Like you can't win the top prize. I
Okay.
have separate lesser prizes, some
Okay.
different
Yeah.
fun stuff. Break credit. I got merch. Got fun slabs for that. So like you could still kind of claw your way back to the 240 buy-in price that
Yeah.
way. So I'll have 32 losers, right? Because I'll have the grouped 16 guys and then the
Okay. Yeah.
16.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you'll get like two guys will get Argentina, two guys will get France, and they both win. They'll both win the prize as their team advances. I
Okay.
priced it
Pretty good.
accordingly. That Messi
Yeah.
Kaboom, though. Messi Kaboom. Not the first time I've given away a Messi Kaboom,
I mean, that's
also.
insane. That's insane that you're
I mean,
doing
they're
that.
doing like $6,200 on bids now. Crazy.
Yeah. And they're going to be doing more probably before this
That's what I said.
I
Like, this could be a $10,000 card by the time this tournament
I
ends.
think, like I said, I think if Wimby gets knocked out whenever this game is, I think like you see a little bit more because I think those guys are going to come in.
Yeah, and
I
we
can
know
be
they
wrong.
like the Kaboom. We know they like it.
Yeah, it's like there's a lot of money being tied up in Wemby right now. So if
Yep.
he makes it, that's actually bad for the soccer market. I think. Just for like the lead
Well,
up.
when they get swept by the New York Knickerbockers, then all the money
Oh
can
yeah,
come into soccer.
yeah. See, I forgot about them getting swept
Stay
by the
mellow.
Knicks.
All right, I gotta run.
All right,
I'll
later.
see. Thanks, guys.